Hi, everyone. Welcome to the dark side, where today we are discussing the evils of multitasking. Today's episode, Multitasking Mayhem, is brought to you by the SmartAce Formula. The SmartAce Formula helps you accelerate your business outcomes by clarifying your goals and empowering your entire organization to succeed in today's complex world.
And what do we mean by multitasking? Multitasking is when you're working on more than one task simultaneously. IBM first referenced the term multitasking in 1965, but about a computer system, not a human brain. However, since then, it's become an expected skill to see on every resume. People openly brag about how they can do multiple things at the same time. Are they any good at it? Who cares? When you're truly multitasking, nothing is getting 100% of your time or attention. Darlene and I prefer the definition of multitasking as screwing several things up at once. And how do we get into these multitasking situations? By saying yes more than we say no.
The inability of the human brain to effectively multitask is such an accepted fact that people are even selling merch making fun of multitasking.
Maybe we should create our own merch.
Maybe we should, but I'm going to stay focused on this recording rather than multitasking and start thinking about SmartAce merch. We probably all heard the saying, too many irons in the fire, but do you know the origin of that saying? It refers to blacksmithing. A blacksmith needs to put iron bars into the forge, which heats the metal to prepare it for shaping. However, adding too many bars while the smith works on other projects actually cools the fire in the forge, causing the iron that gets produced to be of a lower quality. It turns out the evils of multitasking have been so well known since the 1500s that it became an idiom of the English language.
But you say you never multitask? Well, let's go through a classic example that you may not think of as multitasking, but it is. You start your day with a to-do list, hoping to accomplish it. Then someone sends an email. Surely you have time to read and react, so you stop what you're doing and you read it. Well, it was a customer request, which is important, but will derail your morning. No problem, you say to the email, and a customer request moves to the top of your list. At lunch, you get a Slack message from your boss. Can I get an update? Followed by a quick impromptu meeting since Slack and email aren't giving the just-in-time responses the boss desperately needs or wants. Let's get on a quick call. Those are the words of doom, am I right, for the to-do list? Once you accept that quick call, you know there will be additional work, additional tasks, and the entire day will be blown. And once one task or dog starts running in another direction, everything else will have to follow, whether related or not. This causes so much more
Mayhem.
than you need in your workday.
Each of those requests just created more chaos and confusion. Whether it's dogs getting added to the walk or irons added to the fire, it's the same concept. Too many activities dividing your attention, leading to starting more and finishing less.
And the
Mayhem.
started with a yes that should have been a no. When interrupted for an update without having a task complete, she could have said, I'll send you a meeting once I'm ready, which would have stopped those last 6 dogs. Irons going into the fire. Now, your turn. Discuss times when you encountered multitasking.
Mayhem.
And if you've ever walked 10 dogs at a time, we want to know. Also, head over to smartaceformula.com to hear how we apply the SmartAce formula to rescue you from the dark side.